The unLibrarian. I'm going to talk a bit today about what is bibliotherapy, because it's one of the services I offer as a business, but I haven't really explained or have the opportunity or figured out how to, because it is a little different. Bibliotherapy, I find, is a natural role as a librarian, especially with having my accreditation as a senior health information professional, because one of the biggest things in bibliotherapy is the role of the reference interview. Now, librarians are highly trained in reference interviews, and reference interviews are to get to the source of what you really need. My first exposure to it was really when I was working at Blockbuster. I'd have people coming in with vaguest idea of a movie. It could have been, there was a movie over there and it had like a bluish color to it, or even books are like that too, right? It would be vague, like, oh, it was over on this shelf and had this person in there, and I had a photographic memory, which totally helped with that. And I was able to do that. But I also knew what other questions to ask, too, to be able to get that person to think. I don't ask questions necessarily for my own benefit, but for yours. Every question I ask is for your benefit, because it causes you to reflect, to be able to figure out the information and to dig it up in another way. So that way it comes out in a searchable format, in words, in ideas, in more concrete fashion. So with the bibliotherapy, I use my reference interview skills that have been used in retail, in working as a trainer, as a call center, in being a public librarian, being an archivist, a genealogist, digital archivist, not so much those, but we did field a few questions, but sometimes we had to dig a little deeper. But especially as an academic medical librarian, and then when I was doing my PhD work and working with those teams, I have answered so many reference questions, and even personal reference questions too, because when it comes to information, sometimes you need personal reference questions to get more information. And that's where I do have the health aspect of bibliotherapy. For example, if you've been struggling for a long time, or have just been recently diagnosed with something and you want more information, and you can't really get more from the doctor, and what you're finding on Dr. Google is not quite, you would come to me. And I would do a bibliotherapy session with you to find resources for you so you feel better about your own life, about your own conditions. Because bibliotherapy is about empowerment. It's about taking you and your life to where you would like to be. Because especially in the world of COVID, we don't have the same resources. Most people don't have the same resources to reach out to friends and family and have the same conversations, and so you're having to go a bit more into an internal reflection, which is fine, and that's where some books can also help too. I have read so many books, and I am a queen at finding books, the exact books that are right for you. Heck, I have one of the odd things I've always done is I've always had books, and sometimes the books actually I keep for other people without realizing it, without noticing it. And I will keep those books, and then I'll be like, oh, I'll bring out that book, and the person will show up that day, and it'll be the right book for them. It's one of my magical abilities in a way. And it's the right resource at the right time. And now I'm doing that, like I've always done that informally. I've done that formally as a business, but now I'm going out and marketing it so people will seek it out, so that way I can help them with the bibliotherapy sessions. So yeah, because again, I get to the heart of the problem really fast through the reference interview, using the reference questions. So that way, both of us are getting the greatest advantage. Thank you for joining me on my live feed. And if you're checking this out after, thank you for watching the recording. Bye.